The following preview has been rated Good Bad by Nicho.
And Just Bad by Chris.
Please check out the full episode when it releases on Wednesday. This summer, prepare your tomb, for it's about to be raided. Video game adventurer Lara Croft comes to life in a movie where she races against time and villains to recover powerful and ancient artifacts. And yes, I did pull that from IMDb, because just so dumb trying to figure out the rest of how to hype this one up.
And also how to explain Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
Oh man, I actually, when we decided on this one, I was actually really excited to go back and explore it until I realized how dumb a lot of this movie is.
This movie is so dumb. And don't get me wrong, I love a dumb movie. That is kind of my whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
However, even this one, like, it's not even like I have to try to, like, find problems in the plot. It's not even like I have to look very hard for the writing to be bad. It is blatantly bad.
Oh man.
But I enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah,
I mean, Angelina Jolie and, you know, our main man, James Bond himself,
Daniel Craig,
as young, beautiful people stepping out of showers, does not hurt this film at all. But also, that's like the whole plot.
Young teenage me enjoyed certain aspects I saw from the movie. I don't think I ever fully saw this movie until I was in college, probably.
I think we watched this... Yeah, I think we were in college when we, like, had a group night and watched it because someone had it on DVD. And, like, we enjoyed it then. But again, like, no one goes into this movie, I think, looking for the next great action-adventure film. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't go into it with those expectations, despite the fact that there are all of the puzzle pieces to create that franchise.
They just didn't stick with the specific... It feels like they built one of those mazes that used to be in, like, the Sunday paper and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And instead of, like, sticking with one path, they just didn't give an actual... There's no one right answer to the path.
Yeah, like there's no dead ends. They're all correct.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Because, like, there's plot points about her dad and how much she loves him. And yet we only see him, like, there's, like, a single flashback memory of him.
We see him 3 times this movie. The flashback, the time travel, and then when he dies.
Oh my god, that's not enough for that to be a key feature.
Also, the love interest is seen 4 or 5 times, maybe?
And she has more romantic tension between her and the random lawyer bad man, who she's not supposed to love at all. But because he's witty and actually speaks with her, it gives off the vibe of, like, maybe they're interested in each other. Because they actually have dialogue.
Yeah, it's just, there's so much that, like, I wanted to really like this movie because I did do a rant, and when I had gone back to it, I hadn't really done a deep dive. I just went into it with a blank mind, basically.
I mean, that's the way to do it.
I wanted to like this movie more because it really is a changing in the history of video game movie adaptations.
I'll give it that. This movie looks good, and you can tell what parts were inspired by the game, and not in a bad way either.
No, exactly. And it just flops in not the right enjoyable ways.
Yeah, and granted, it's not so bad that I wish I had never seen it. No. Because not only did I have fun watching it, despite it being trash, but also, like, the progression it had in blending that video game logic and styling, and also, like, trying to be serious and have a real movie, did, like, help lead into what we are starting to see happen now. Like, we're seeing better and better video game movies, especially with plot and story being written into them.
Yeah, the effects for this one weren't bad. The action's fun. Some of it's a little video game stiff, but...
Yeah. Granted, I'm not gonna lie, 90% of my complaints with this movie have nothing to do with the acting at all.
No.
I think the actors all did a great job, and Angelina Jolie did a fantastic job, despite, like, her getting the most ridiculous requests to have her do stuff like bungee jump inside her giant mansion. Silly. Does not need to be there, but she makes it look so good.
No, exactly. And I think that's our biggest disappointment, is that this movie had the potential, and just it suffered from early 2000s style.
It did, and that's kind of the bummer, because part of the styling was them not wanting to be too close to any of the other big franchises. But because they chose not to do that, you get kind of Charlie's Angels cheap Bond vibes.
Yeah.
Which, there's a place for that, and granted, it does help keep it from being too Indiana Jones styled. But because they pigeonholed themselves so badly, it just kind of reads as an unfleshed out world.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it's just... Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, and I think the reason you and I are definitely disappointed is because the director had really thought and believed that this was gonna, like, be a big franchise. Mm-hmm. He was expecting a whole bunch more of these, and he honestly thought that this was gonna, like, steamroll, like, strong female leads in action. And I would love to see a bunch of kick-ass ladies in the action franchise. Action's one of my favorite genres. This didn't do it.
Exactly, but... I mean, with what we've been seeing come out, it's getting better and better, so, I mean, there's still that little bit of hope.
Yeah. You know, I am hopeful that in the future we will get not only a strong female lead, but honestly, a cool Lara Croft adaptation. The games are a lot of fun. This movie's not the worst. I mean, people still like it. People still watch it. Mm-hmm. Critics hated it, but it made money.
Yeah. And who cares what critics think? Besides us. Listen to us. Obey us.
Yes.
We are the Illuminati of podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anywho, this has been the Good, the Bad, and the Weird previews.
Check out the full episode.
Peace.